Everybody, and welcome back to another 5-Minute Friday. 5-Minute Friday is where we answer 5 questions in 5 minutes. Okay, so questions have now started to roll in. So I have ones here today, almost matches my shirt. And a lot of questions are coming up from what I kind of assume to be corporate people that are considering becoming self-employed, which I, of course, like a lot because I'm part of the self-employed tribe. And the questions really relate to how much does it cost to get a startup going? That's a really difficult question to answer, but we're going to go through kind of a different version of the 5-Minute Friday. And I'm going to go through kind of 6 things that you need to have in place, and we're going to do that in 5 minutes. And so we'll start the timer right down here, and here we go. So to get your startup going, now I'm assuming that you're a service business rather than a product business. Product business has a lot more things to think about, including supply chain and inventory and financing and factoring and all of that type of stuff. So this video more equates to a service company, a consultancy, could be engineering, something that you're doing where you're selling your time and your expertise to someone as a solution. So the first thing that you need to have in place is a website. Now, back in the day when I first started, websites were $5,000 to $10,000, and you had to deal with people who were really challenging, web developers as a whole. And I'm totally stereotyping because I know there's some really cool ones out there, but they were pretty nerdy. They could sometimes be designer people, but normally they were programmer type people who could program a website. I never really got what I was looking for, and I always paid through the nose. Now in the world today, there are companies like Squarespace and Wix. Wix is what we use, and full disclosure, I have interest in Wix, so I like that site. I'll actually put links to both below. Wix is much easier to use, in my opinion. Squarespace is more beautiful. Their layouts are much more beautiful, so you can really make something that's quite nice, and they're very simple to use. They cost about $20 a month, about $150, $200 a year. And that includes your domain name, your website, and often an email as well. So a really affordable solution. You're paying 1% of what we used to pay for websites. So you need a website. You have to think through the content you're going to have in there. And the best tip for that is look at competitors doing what you do in different countries and look to see what they are saying that's effective, and then riff off of it. Remember that all marketing is creative theft, so don't copy it, but you can certainly be influenced by it. Second thing that you need to have, which I alluded to before, is email. Don't use a Gmail account, right? So chrisflett@gmail.com. It looks unprofessional, and you look like you're bootlegging it. Bootlegging is a slang for trying to be an entrepreneur, but not really all in. Again, with Wix and with Squarespace and their packages, you often get an email attached to that. You can get a custom domain email through Google. We use Google as our backend at GoCEO. And so our emails, right, chris@goceo.com, is hosted by Google. I like Google. It's about $5 a month, but they're never down. Touch wood. We've never had an email issue with them. We archive every weekend, but they're excellent. Third thing you need is business cards. If you go on a place like Fiverr.com, you can get somebody to design your business card if you're on a real budget. I mean, it's always great if you have a graphic design friend who maybe you can barter some services with. But Fiverr is a good place to get a business card laid up. And then we use moo.com. And again, full disclosure, I have interest in Moo. But Moo has beautiful cards. They have a line called Lux Cards, which we use, and arguably the most beautiful business cards that you can get at an affordable place. I'll put a link to Wix down below at the bottom. Notecards. Clients know that we are big fans of Notecards. Handwritten note card. When you meet a prospect or a strategic alliance or a champion, it's always nice to give a handwritten note rather than an email. An email thank you is lazy. If you take time to handwrite out a note card to them and then send it to them in the mail, it just shows that you go above and beyond when you do business. And even as a startup, you can do things that stand out. I have some clients that have kept the note card that I wrote them 10 years ago, and it might be only one of a handful that they've ever gotten. And so it's a little detail that makes a big difference. There are services like send out cards that will do it for you. If you can afford it, it's pretty affordable, but a handwritten note on nice stationery really stands out. For your service package, consider what you want to have as your different services. And we used to print our service packages, but every time we changed them, we'd have to throw out all the printing. We now deliver them as a PDF, and PDF is really easy. If you use a Mac, you can use PDF for free. I think if you're a PC, you can probably print to PDF as well. But PDF is effective. You can be environmentally friendly if anybody asks why you don't print them. And if you need to make a change, you can change it in the mother document and create a new PDF. And so it makes it really easy, super affordable, free, basically free, aside from the cost of the computer you already have. And then last, you need a way to get paid. And so you would have a business bank account, which again are basically free. You might pay $5 a month for a business account if you have low transactions. And in the beginning, you probably won't have a ton of transactions. We use PayPal as our credit card clearing service. We've used it for basically since PayPal started. It works good. They take between 2.9 and 3.5% of every transaction, but they don't charge a monthly, and you get your money like within hours, so you can transfer it to your bank account. Every coach at GoCEOs uses PayPal. We love it, and you don't have to keep credit card information on file for clients, which is a security issue for you anyway. So website, email, business cards, note cards, a PDF service package, and a PayPal/bank account. You need a bank account because PayPal has to dump somewhere, and you're basically sorted. You're ready to be in business. So I hope that helps. That is a quick way to get a service business up and running for, let's say, $500. With note cards and business cards, probably $500 is what you're all in, and you're ready to rock and roll. That's the easy part. Hard part is making sure you deliver great service that people want to pay for. Anyway, as always, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing as it helps the channel. If you have questions, you can put them in the comments below, especially around startups. I mean, I love it. We don't work with startups anymore, but I'm a startup at heart, and so I love that stuff. And remember, gladiators eat first. And so we will see you in the next video, hopefully after you're underway of starting your new business. See you soon.